How we doing, everybody? Welcome to episode 20 of the CBR show. It's an anything goes episode. It starts with me doing the intro. Stay tuned to see what else crazy stuff we do. It's going to blow your mind.
You never know what the CBR show will do next.
Literally, Murph never knows what the CBR show is going to do.
Yeah, here's my talking points.
He told me, shame on me for thinking he was going to do research.
I got a lot on my plate right now, Bill, so I don't need this. You're
Making
lucky. You're lucky I even drew lines.
I like the lines.
Let's talk about stuff.
That's great. So you do a line before you had a. That's great. Let's talk about those lines. Show them to us.
Well, one of the things I was going to put on there, and I don't know if you saw this, but I think it was like the U.S. Little League team beat Puerto Rico, maybe 43-1.
Isn't Puerto Rico us?
That is a very good point. We beat ourselves.
I guess Puerto Rico has a team. 40. When does a parent on the Puerto Rican team go, you know what, it's getting to be a little much?
Let me see if I can find it, because, being unprepared. But, yeah, at what point do the kids just walk off the field?
That ERA is infinite.
Beats team 43-1.
Is that a record, or has there been worse? I mean, how many times does a kid bat in one inning?
Sorry,
6?
it wasn't Puerto Rico. We'll have to edit all that out.
All right.
The USA Baseball sets a record in a 43-1 win versus New Zealand at the 2023 U12 Baseball World Cup. So
that's because they brought cricket stuff, and they were like, "What are you
Yeah.
saying?"
Yeah, good luck trying to film a Hobbit movie now. Yeah, remember the U12 baseball team, 43-1? You couldn't go easy on us?
The debacle.
The film here are too high now.
I think Bilbo is playing. It's just a bunch of hobbits.
I mean, in Hobbit years, he's under 12.
Absolutely. Hobbiton. All right.
Yeah.
So here's our first little piece of info.
Spikes, Bilbo. Go ahead. Sorry.
What's that? Do we transition? Sometimes I transition, I feel like, before we're done talking about something. I don't know why I do it.
Well, it's because usually my jokes aren't funny, so go ahead.
I love your jokes. If I hear them, you slip them in when I'm not even coherent. All right.
Crafty like that.
So first thing on the docket here, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the Jake Paul, Nate Diaz fight coming up here, I believe, on Saturday, or do they do it on Sundays? I want a prediction from you. What do you think is going to happen?
Jake Paul versus who's he fighting? Nate Diaz?
Nate Diaz.
I like Nate Diaz. I think he's going to beat the snot out of him. But, let's be honest. It's not a real fight. It's entertainment.
So Diaz in how many?
Is this going to be Jake Paul's first knockout? Like he's going to get knocked out?
No, I have a totally different prediction than you do.
No, I think that Jake Paul, drags it out. It's all theatrics, man. It's not real. There's nothing really pending on it. It's not real. Is it boxing or MMA?
We shouldn't even be talking about, because he picks these guys that are old or never were known as a striker. Case in point, Nate Diaz. He's 21-13 in MMA. Now, he's fought a lot of the best of the best, so I think that's why he has so much respect, and why that record doesn't really say as much about him as you would think. But wins by TKO for punches, punches TKO. Of those 21 wins, he's got 4. Okay? 4 KOs with little gloves on. TKOs. I'm sure they weren't KOs. But he's only been TKO'd twice. So, should be interesting. But I think Jake Paul's going to do one of those punch-out knockouts where he goes, woo-woo, 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 woo-woo. That's going to be Nate Diaz.
Speaking of which, I spent an hour plus of one of my days making a UFC punch-out knockout video that 3 people watched on YouTube.
Yeah, check it out.
I film Felix Bautista walking into the stadium to pitch, thousands of views, no editing, no art. I make a UFC knockout video.
You express yourself? Nothing. You put yourself out there, and nobody responds.
Out there.
Go watch it now so he doesn't feel bad, everybody.
Yeah, we'll put a link right here in the show.
All right, so I say
it's fake. So it's like betting on who's going to win, Ultimate Warrior or Hulk Hogan. Somebody's going to win, but it's going to be rigged and it
won't be the public. I just think these guys are going to fight. I think Nate Diaz just likes to fight, so why not? And I think that unfortunately for him, I like Nate Diaz. He's going to get knocked out or TKO'd, is what I think.
You're saying Jake Paul? Are you Team Paul?
No, I'm not Team Paul. Let me put that on the record.
Are you drinking Prime energy drinks right now?
I'm a Logan guy. No. No. Well, I had one the other day. I hear it has 5 sodas worth of caffeine or something.
I wish I would have known that before I let my kids drink it a couple months ago. They were all
Well,
excited that we found it in the store.
there was the
And so
Gatorade type too. It was the Gatorade type probably. That's not energy.
okay.
That's electrolytes.
Electrolytes and shit.
I let my kids drink that. I don't love him. Though my kids will ask me, why don't you like Jake Paul? Or is it Logan or the Pauls? And I want to be like, well, you see, this one time he was walking in a forest and there was a person dead and he made fun of them. But do you say that to 11-year-old and 9-year-old? I don't think so. So I just go, I don't like him.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
just don't like him because but he plays the role of bad boy, right? Like, so I think people can make a lot of money finding that role of I'm a bad, that bad boy, that villain. There always has to be a villain, and if you can
That's
make
what I'm
money,
going for. I'm going for that bad boy. How am I doing?
yeah, great. I mean, the striped shirt is just, I'm wearing light, you're wearing dark.
Does the V-neck say bad boy?
I can't think of anything else that says bad boy more than wearing a striped V-neck T-shirt.
Straight V-neck. My sister-in-law said to me, and she didn't even remember this. I wore this shirt. This was last year. She said, that shirt makes you look younger. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, not in a good way. And then she didn't remember saying it the next time I wore it. I was like, remember what you said about this shirt?
Or your sister-in-law?
She wants me. My sister-in-law.
Oh, yeah. I mean, who doesn't?
All right, let's move on, everybody. Are you familiar with the Tiny Desk concerts on NPR radio?
Love those.
YouTube?
Love those.
Okay, cool. Have you seen lately? They've been tearing it up. Now, I guess this is partially due to its 50 years of hip-hop. Cypress Hill just did one. It was great. I don't know why all these acts seem better in a Tiny Desk setting. I'll watch the whole thing.
Yeah, I've yet to see one that was bad. Even like an artist, I'm like, I don't really like them, but like they just really pull it off.
They're always like really endearing. Like you feel like you love these people now. Like I love this artist.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Cypress Hill, they were great. Juvenile was great. Remember Juvie?
Ah, yes.
Ha! You gotta go to the kitchen, ha! Go get some meat, ha!
What's funny is that like I harassed my son about his rap music. I'm like, this isn't rap, and then I look at the stuff I was listening to when I was around his age, and some of it was god awful. But
Some of it,
good. But it's really good.
Listen, I don't say that rap now is bad because it makes you sound old. I say it's different, and it's not necessarily my thing.
Yeah, I'm just not into it like I used to be. Like, what was that song by Black Rob? It was called Whoa. Like, remember that song?
Yeah.
Like, that was so popular, but like, I listen to it now, I'm like, this is...
Yeah. Black Rob didn't last that long, and it was basically...
woeful.
I think he was trying to, capitalize on Juvenile going, whoa, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, ha. You get in there, ha. Go there, ha. It was great. All right, but he also had slow motion.
That sounds like a conversation in like an elderly home, like you go visit your grandparents and they're like, who is that, huh?
Are you in the fridge, huh?
Like people get those like tics.
Right. What's that, huh?
Huh? What'd he say, huh?
That'll be Juvenile in the old folks home.
Yeah.
Is it lunchtime, huh?
I got some applesauce, huh?
Where the bitches at, huh? Juvenile.
Yeah. What time's bingo, huh?
These women bitches. What?
What time's bingo, huh?
I got my stacks here, huh?
Yeah. Where my Metamucil, huh?
But he was great, and as always in these Tiny Desks, he seems super cool and like he would want to be his friend.
Yeah, very likable. Yeah, it's always like when you have a celebrity that you're like, I don't know if I like them, and then you see them like as a person, and it's a lot better. I'm gonna turn my mic down because I think it's too loud.
All right, I can.
How's that? I don't know. Whatever, we'll find out.
I can turn it down. Don't worry about it. That's why I think mine's too quiet. But I'm gonna. Oh no, it's doing better now. Not to be outdone, they also did Trina in a Tiny Desk concert, which I haven't watched. I just noticed. Remember Trina?
I do remember Trina.
Did you like pull over that ASS too fat?
I don't know what you're talking about there, but I missed that one.
Whoop, whoop.
What are you saying, huh?
Huh? You got cream corn, huh?
Yeah. What time's the pudding, huh?
What's that you don't say to me, huh? All right.
I'm going to be saying it all day.
R.I.P. to Paul Rubens, a.k.a. Pee Wee Herman. I don't know how you feel about that. My wife was not sad about that, but that one hit me.
He was an artist. He was an artist.
Yeah.
Paul Rubin Pee Wee Herman was iconic when we were kids.
Yeah.
You
He
know,
had,
like
evidently, he says he had the Paul, not the Paul. Why didn't he name it? Rob Lowe sex tape. That he says that's what they got him on. So evidently they got him on some child pornography. Well, the girl was 16. You don't do that. You just don't. But he had it. But like I gave him the benefit of the doubt because he was Pee Wee Herman. You know what I mean? Seems like an upstanding guy.
this show's gone downhill quickly. But yeah, no, we don't condone that on the
No,
CBR
no,
show.
do not.
Lock them up. Lock them up.
Make sure they're
Um,
18, preferably closer to your age, whatever your age is.
yeah, stick within the legal windows of your state.
Barely legal. Don't click that.
No, you're going to jail.
Don't do that. I know we're a sports program. YouTube says it too. I checked our type and it goes by our last 10 videos and it says we're sports
Yeah, we're sports, baby.
and entertainment. Don't limit us. So basically, what do I want to talk about? Oh, the Jets played last night. Lost to the Browns. No Aaron Rodgers. How do you think Rodgers is going to do this year? I think he's going to.
Terrible.
I think he's going to
He's
be awesome.
washed up. You think he's gonna be awesome?
Yeah.
Get out of here. Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers, he's like the Nicolas Cage of and he even dressed like Nicolas Cage, I think, one time for training camp. He's like the Nicolas Cage of the NFL. It's
Dude,
just
I agree. He's a hate the facer. I don't like his face, especially when he has that haircut.
yeah, I used to like him. I don't like him now. He's weird. I'm not, the whole COVID shot thing, but like
Listen, I didn't say I like him. I said that I think he's going to have a good year. I just think he's going to.
I just don't know that the Jets have it. The person that needs to have a good year is Lamar Jackson because he just got paid, and he's got some weapons. We overpaid for OBJ, so like if he doesn't perform this year, which I kind of am very doubtful, hoping for the best, expect the worst. Then we got problems in Baltimore. Aaron Rodgers is good.
Too bad it's not like a sports game. When he gets all that money, it turns into points, and he can put like another block or two of accuracy on.
Yeah, upgrade.
Right?
Upgrade him.
Speed's fine. Accuracy, 2 more blocks maybe.
Mm-hmm.
He's a 3 out of 10 right now.
Maybe give him some like torpedoes that will buy a torpedo pack that he can just shoot the. Okay, whatever. Sorry.
What's a torpedo?
Like you can upgrade weapons and stuff.
Sure.
Like you got 6,000 Madden points.
An accuracy buff.
Yeah.
Now, I like to talk about the serious sports, and this week, the Ocho is back on ESPN2.
About
Are
time.
you familiar with the Ocho?
Yeah, that was from Ron Burgundy.
Yeah, so they've been doing it since 2018, I think. They brought it back, the Ocho. Here are some of the sports you could watch on the Ocho as soon as you're done watching this. Because
Can I guess?
It doesn't go. It's going to go away soon. Yeah, you could guess. You're not going to guess these. But you can guess.
Pickleball.
No pickleball. Maybe it's too legit now.
Yeah, dude, it has gotten legit. I've been watching some pickleball highlights. I want to play pickleball.
I own a squad. No,
Do you?
I don't know. No.
All right, go ahead. So the Ocho has new. They have different type of sport programs, correct?
Yeah, just stuff that you wouldn't normally watch. Stuff they wouldn't normally put on.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so first one is the Mullet Championships. That's just what it sounds like. Mullet competition.
Okay.
I think it's just looks. I don't know if they try them for versatility.
Yeah.
Like blow wind at them, then rain on them. That's what they should
do. I'm just trying to think of like great mullets in history. That's hard. Most of them are country music acts.
Danny McBride had one, right? At one time. Was that
How about MacGyver? Didn't MacGyver have a mullet?
He might have. What was the most official mullet ever? What mullet would you trust among all others? I don't know. We could figure that out, though. We should have a mullet off.
Late 80s, early 90s college football players would have mullets, maybe?
Brian Bosworth?
I feel like, but I don't know if I trust that mullet.
No.
Is there such thing as a trustworthy mullet?
He's got a great mullet.
Jeff Foxworthy had a mullet, I'm sure. He just sounds like he has a mullet.
You might be a redneck.
Mm-hmm.
Business in the front,
party in the rear.
We just did that at the same time. Drinks. All right. Now we're going to talk about tech ball. TEQBALL. This is soccer and table tennis combined. Tech ball. I have no idea what that looks like, but there you go. One wheel racing. You got to pick one of these sports you'll watch.
Okay.
One wheel racing. It's just people on one wheels racing. You know one wheels?
Oh, like unicycles?
It's like one big wheel, and then look up one wheels. People know what
Okay.
one wheels are. I'm not gonna insult their intelligence. No, it's just like you ride on this wheel, but you're close to the ground. Like your
Oh, like
feet
a
are on either
skateboard.
side of it, and you stand sideways.
Yeah, yeah, okay. I've
Turn into
seen
one.
these.
Tune into one wheel racing.
Okay.
This one I think really is in your wheelhouse. The Excel programming. You know Excel, the program. Excel World Championships. I think they just like give them formulas and stuff to input into Excel. I would watch that.
I don't, dude,
See how fast these people are.
wow. They are reaching. Maybe they're gonna have like world's worst podcast, and then they'll have this on there.
No, the one I host, the one I started. All right.
The guys that brought you the Excel Championship comes worst podcasts.
Worst podcast.
Watch you guys struggle to come up with content.
Hey man, not much going on right now. Okay, now we got this is classic stuff here. Slippery stairs. That explains itself, right?
Somebody's gonna get hurt.
Now this one I swear I played in gym. Omega ball, soccer with 3 teams and 3 goals. Didn't everybody play that in gym? I guess certain kids just took it all the way.
I don't know. I think were you at one of those special schools?
Yeah, once you get your helmet on,
Get your helmet on, Bill. Stop drooling on yourself and get out there and play Omega Ball.
you get your cane. All right. Chase tag and stein holding. Basically, they give them a big stein of beer and they got to hold it out.
Ah,
The ocean.
very, very exciting. If I had to pick one, I'm going with probably the soccer, the 3-way soccer. I feel like that
one wheel racing maybe.
Yeah, and
The
then
mullet championship.
mullet championship, just because I'm curious.
All right, and then I forgot to say Cooper Cup left practice needs an MRI. Yeah, 1,947 yards in 2021, 145 receptions. This guy.
Guy's a machine.
And then I hesitate to ask, but I want to hear about your fantasy baseball team.
Fantasy baseball holding strong. We're sitting in 7th place. 8 teams make the playoffs. I'm 7-7-2. 7 wins, 7 losses, 2 ties. Great team, just not playing great every week.
It does. On paper looks great. They don't always perform.
Well, I had a loss to your boy Ken. Ken from your league. On a stat correction Monday morning.
Close one.
Squeezed out the tie. Stat correction took it away from me.
Who's your MVP up until now?
So someone dropped Adolis Garcia in the beginning of the year.
How'd that happen?
They're
Who's
not
doing
good.
these? He's like my MVP too.
Yeah. So we have one guy that just how like some people strive to be the best. He unintentionally strives to be the worst. And every year he starts off kind of in the middle of the pack and he makes terrible team decisions. And then by the end of it, he is to the bottom. So somewhere in the beginning of the season, he had a couple injuries and he needed to move some players. And Adolis Garcia had maybe his only bad 2 weeks and he dropped him. And I dumped we got $100 waiver wire. Or you have $100 to spend all season on players, and I dumped $75 on him, and everybody was like, "Why would you do that?"
Whoa, what a great choice!
I said the guy's 25 home runs, 25 steals all day long, and now he's ranked 9th or 10th in our league.
He's incredible. He's an RBI machine, I had a similar thing. I picked up Jorge Soler
I had him and I let him go, and he's done great.
Maybe I got him from you. No, different leagues, but I couldn't believe he was dropped. But here you go dropping them.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have at the time before I had Mike Trout, he got injured, but my outfield depth was, I didn't really have the room for another outfielder for the guys that I had, and I had to drop him. But here's the thing I did, and I guess this is the big one to ask people that are into fantasy baseball. I'm in a keeper league, so you get to keep 5 players, and one of the players I had is Juan Soto. Now, Juan Soto was kind of struggling in the beginning. He has since turned it around. He's having another great season. So I traded Juan Soto for Gunnar Henderson, Luis Arraez from the Marlins, the guy that's batting close to 400, and Anthony Rizzo. Plus, because we're a keeper league, you get to trade draft picks, and I got a 1st round, 2nd round, and 3rd round pick out of it. So I felt like I made a good.
Who did you trade for?
The guy traded me for Juan Soto.
You got Juan Soto, and you traded all those people.
I traded Juan Soto.
Oh, okay.
And I got Gunnar Henderson. So I traded Juan
Yes,
Soto
you got all that stuff.
and some late round draft picks, and I got all that stuff for him.
They were talking about the Phillies getting Soto on my sports talk radio, but I guess that's done.
They even talked about the Orioles getting him. But like the Padres are just a team. So here's a question for you: the Padres, they have so much talent on their team. Are they bad because they're too good? Like you have too many superstars on one team, so therefore you're running into who's everybody thinks they're the best, and it's not that cohesive team unit.
I don't know. See, it seems like baseball will be one of the sports where if you're good, it doesn't matter who's playing with you because you barely interact. Like I could see basketball if you had 5 dudes that were just incredible, them all trying to dominate the ball, and I don't know. It's a good question. I'll have to check out their squad.
Yeah,
Do they still have Machado?
Yeah, so they have Machado, they have Bogarts, they have Blake Snell, Yu Darvish, Musgrove. Those are 3 top pitchers there. They have who are their outfielders? Juan Soto. I feel like they got somebody else I'm not thinking of. I don't know. Anyways, they got a team. They got a lot of expensive players. They've made a lot of trades, and they're sitting outside of playoff contention, I believe.
God, that stinks. It's like the Angels with Ohtani and Trout couldn't make the playoffs.
I wanted the Orioles to trade for Ohtani so bad, but the problem with that is we were only be getting him for one third of the season. So here, I got something wild for you, Bill, if I may. If I got a question for you, where would the Minnesota Twins be in the standings of the AL East? Minnesota Twins are in first place in the AL Central. Where would they be if they were in the AL East? Where would they be?
By their record.
By their record.
4th place.
No, they would be in last place of the AL East.
Gosh.
Yeah. If you took the AL Central leading Twins and put them in the AL East, they would be below the New York Yankees.
How many wins they have?
They have 56. The Yankees have 57. They are above 500, but no team in the AL East is below 500, which is crazy. That is crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Baltimore, how's Baltimore doing right now?
Baltimore's second best team in the league, I believe. Let's see. Only the Braves are playing better baseball. Braves have 69 wins. Orioles have 67.
Let's go Baltimore World Series. How would that sound?
That would sound amazing.
I would even let the Phillies. I would say, since I used to live in Baltimore, I would say, look, Phillies, this isn't your year. We're giving it to Baltimore if I was a sports god.
Yeah, we would love to have it. I would love, that's one of my things to experience before I die is, an Orioles World Series championship. It happened when I was 3. If you can do the math, you'll figure out what year I was born. But yeah, when I was 3, the Orioles win the World Series. I have no memory of it whatsoever, and I blame my parents.
Orioles!
I blame my parents. They should have ingrained it in me and been glued me in front of the television. But at the time, the Orioles were good, so
Was Eddie Murray on that team? Who was on that team?
Yeah, Eddie Murray. Cal Ripken was a rookie.
Oh, Cal Ripken.
Yeah, that guy's like a
conspiracy.
God. Conspiracy. Yes,
Kevin Costner's wife
made relations with Cal Ripken's wife, causing him to get into a scuffle and being injured. And there's a whole podcast about it.
Didn't play.
Interesting thing from that podcast was saying that if Cal was hurt, he would go and get ejected, and if you got ejected, it still counted as a game. So I wonder how many times Cal Ripken was ejected in a season.
We could look up Cal Ripken career ejections. Now, couldn't he just say the ump, hey, throw me out. All right.
Yeah, well, hold on. Let me see if I can look it up. I'll look it up right now.
I'm on it too, my research team.
Career ejection.
Imagine it's like 3,000.
Yeah. All 3 of Cal Ripken's ejections have come as a result of arguing balls and strikes.
3 rejections in his whole career. Ejections
87, 89, and then I guess another time.
It's an amazing. What do you think's more amazing? I one time would say that Brett Favre's streak was more amazing than Ripken's, just because Brett Favre was sacked like 300 times. He played in 200 some straight games, something like that.
Yeah, but Cal Ripken's playing almost that many games in one season. He's playing 162 games in the season.
I know, but
how many games did he play in a season? 162, 164? I forget.
But if you put me in a football game, I might die during the game by being hit. Just I might have my pelvis crushed. Who knows? Hats off to Brett Favre for not being injured like that. Yes, it's more games for Ripken, of course, but he wasn't sacked.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, but
you're a Baltimore guy now. You got to toe the Cal Ripken line.
I just think the length of Ripken's record is what's so impressive.
It's
but
impressive.
Also with like Favre too, like, yeah, you're playing in the NFL, like your injury risk is way higher.
Yeah.
So I guess there's probably a mathematical equation that separates all that stuff. Where you can say
Favre's the worst, so I guess we'll just give it to Ripken, right?
Yeah. Didn't Favre launder some money or something? Recently?
He also sent a penis pic.
Oh, that guy. Why do people do that? Dick pics never work out for anyone.
They must have penises worth pictures.
I guess.
Mine, I don't. When I see it, I'm like, it's not photogenic right now.
What is that?
I don't know.
I don't know what it is. I think it's a shriveled up hot dog I found on the ground. I'm holding in my hand.
I use a filter, fisheye filter. No, listen, I don't think there's many women in the history that wanted a dick pic when they got it. That went, woo!
I can tell you, I can count on my hands. 0 is the answer. How many times I've ever heard a woman say, you know what I could use right now? A dick pic. Or in conversation, like, you know what I love? I love it when I get a dick pic. Nobody.
Like low res, bad lighting, bad angle.
I want to see is you're shriveled up or whatever.
We should start, Murph? How about this? You ready? You remember Glamour shots?
Yeah.
You go to the mall? We could put it in the mall. Glamour
dicks.
Glamour dick shots, right? You come into our studio, we'll light you right. We'll give you I wouldn't do it that way. We'll give you our opinion. We'll help you pose, and we'll take your dick pic.
Yeah. And you'll, and you can order how many you need.
Yeah, and you can get it in a keychain, 8x10.
Oh, what about like the scopes? Remember the little... Here, I got you something.
What is this?
Oh, what is that an arrow? What is that?
I don't usually have those near my eye.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, Glamour dicks.
Yeah.
It works.
Well, we could do Glamour nudes, and then dick would be like part of it.
Glamour nudes.
Or I think we just go Glamour dicks.
Well, people are making money just setting up like posting rooms for TikTok and all that stuff. Right. Why not do one for dicks?
Can you imagine a dad's walking? Can you imagine dad's walking through the mall with like his 3 kids and his wife, and he's like, "Oh, guys, I'm gonna be about 30 minutes. I gotta go into Glamour dicks."
Yeah, it's your mother's birthday coming up.
Meet you at Nordstrom by the fountain.
Hey kids, go to Aunt Annie's Pretzels. It's your mom's birthday.
Aunt Anne's?
Aunt Annie's or Aunt Anne's or whatever it is. You know what I'm talking about? The pretzel place? Annie Anne's.
Love it.
Whatever. Glamour dicks. Coming to your local mall. They said malls are dying, but not when Glamour dicks takes over.
No, we could resurrect a lot of malls this way, I think.
Yeah. Glamour dicks. Do you send a picture of your butthole if you don't like someone? Like, what do you do when...
Because what about women?
What do you send someone when you don't like them?
You don't come to Glamour dicks.
No, I'm just saying. Like, I'm saying, what's the opposite of a dick pic? Like, apparently, no one's sending a dick pic because they're angry at someone. Like, oh, fuck you. Here's a picture of my dick. Everybody says, hey, what do you think of this? Like, are you asking a question when you send it? I've never sent a dick pic. So, like, are you asking a question? Are you being suggestive? Are you just sharing?
This is what you could have, baby. Oh, yeah. And they're like, oh, my God. What is this shit?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm like, I don't understand the point of that. Like, hey, I want to send you something that can be used against me for the rest of my life.
Right. I'm going to include my face, even though I don't need to. I'm going to use my face as part of the picture.
I'm going to make sure you know that it's coming from me. Also, did I tell you I'm running for Congress?
I'm going to hold up my birth certificate as I take my dick pic.
Yeah, I'll have my license next to my dick for sizing and identification purpose.
Right. For scope or whatever they say. For scale.
Scale.
A grain of rice for scale.
It's weird. The DMV gave me a 9-inch license. It's so weird.
Why? Oh,
For scale.
my father-in-law, he has a lot of shtick, but he'll say this funny joke. He did this to me one time. He held his fingers like this close together, and he was like, "Yeah, it was like 6 inches, man. It was like,
Yeah.
get it?
Yeah.
His penis is that big.
Yeah. Little dick jokes.
Get it?
Yeah. Oh man, we are just. This is really great. I like this.
Yeah, we're filthy in our new form here.
Maybe people will be entertained, but I can't wait till Glamour Dicks makes it as a short.
Yeah, I can't wait till you're walking through the mall and the place is covered with like, what do they call that? What do they call it? Drywall, and it's like coming soon in September. Glamour Dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would be our rivals?
Now,
Like somebody would copy it, and it wouldn't be Glamour Dicks.
Yeah. Can I ask you one question? Do we shave? Do we perform shaving services, or do they need to come that way?
That's next door.
Go to the hair cuttery?
Yeah, what is it? No, what's it called now? Like sports clips, but it'd be like ball clips or something.
Yeah. I think we should really look into this.
Sports clips? Yeah, I got an appointment at Sports Clips, and then I'm going to Glamour Dicks. Busy weekend. And then I got to go to the hardware store.
Oh, man. Oh, God.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is great. Do you, like, what was the point of those glamour shots? I think it just shows, like, if you look at, like that was the version of, like, TikTok and selfies back then, right? Like, they knew that, like, people can't help but, like, jazz themselves up and take a picture of it.
Cowboy hat. My mom did one time.
Yeah, my mom did one too. The girls in, like, middle and high school, it was at middle school maybe, I think we're getting them done left and right, like, glamour shots. What the fuck's the point of that?
We should look. I bet you there's a lot of great, unintentionally funny glamour shots online.
Well, you know, funny you say that. I have this thing called the internet on my computer.
Are you going to share with us?
Let me see what I can find.
All right, you're good with that share button. I always seem to mess it up.
Let's see here.
Let's make this our final segment.
All right, let me see. Share. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Share screen.
Born ready.
Got it?
I got nothing. One more thing to click?
How about that?
Yeah.
How about that guy? Oh, no.
Oh, a guy with his cat? Yeah. What's this lady have with her? Is that? Can you click her?
I don't know.
What's on the right picture? Oh, her arms up.
What in the hell?
These aren't glamour shots, are they?
No.
Oh man, that guy's
Here we go.
I wish I could click these.
That's a glamour shot.
Yeah, that's the one. That's not a glamour shot, is it?
Yeah.
Low budget. Here you go.
Glamour shot.
Glamour shot. Beautiful. It was always like, we're gonna make your hair curly and poofy.
Here you go. I feel like this lady's like maybe soiling her pants at the time they took the picture.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with her.
Oh, that one.
Okay.
Oh, that one.
Like he's got his dog in his head.
Oh man, is this Dionne Warwick?
Enjoy these funny and painful glamour shots.
Yeah.
I feel like we haven't come across a real one yet.
Here's a real one. That one.
Just a man. This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Let's see. Let me see. Funny glamour shots. I think they're all just made up, you know.
Yeah.
Is this Garth? Party on, Garth. Look at that.
Batman. That's probably when that first movie came out. Yeah,
like this is like a real glamour shot. That was like a real.
That might be a glamour shot. Can we go to the next one, please?
Nope.
Wrong way.
This one?
Wait, next to it.
That one.
Yeah.
Or that one.
Check her out. I don't think that's a green screen job there.
Yeah.
I don't think they were green screening.
Yeah,
glamour shots.
Yeah. Let's see. There's one. There's one for you.
Ooh. Oh my.
That was some guy was getting that for his birthday.
If that hat could talk.
Yeah. And there's the guy that got that picture. He's calling his wife to see if she's
He needs to go to glamour.
That's
day.
A glamour shot right there.
Yeah, it's holding her collar, feeling herself.
That's usually how it was, right?
Yeah, they were great. That's why I wanted to look at some, but there's too many fake ones.
Yeah, here's one. This is real. My husband loves the Cowboys.
That's probably a glamour shot.
I would say that's a real one.
Looks like one.
Yep.
Covered up her hair, though. We need to see what's going on under that hat.
What about that? That's a glamour shot, right?
I guess. Jake the Snake?
I can't believe that was a thing.
Can we see Jake the Snake?
I'm done.
Why did Jake the Snake show up?
We lost our crowd.
Glamour shot.
If there was one person still watching at this point, beep off.
He's
on
gone.
to UFC knockout punch out video.
Right.
Yeah, glamour shots, dude. I don't know. Maybe we should, for our next show, we could go and get glamour shots and see if we could find a place that still does them.
I wonder if they're still doing it. They still do those old time photos when you can be like a mafia guy.
Well, those are kind of cool. I think those are funny.
Yeah, I've never done one.
They were cool, like the old Western
Yeah,
background
you
or whatever. Speaking of which, did you go on any vacations? Any good vacations?
I've been up in the Poconos.
Oh, down there in Poconos?
I was down here in the Poconos, and I was up in New Hampshire at another lake house. Lake life is the best.
Man, you're living the dream.
Been in Cape May. What about you?
We went to South Bethany, which is what?
I don't care. No, I really do care.
South Bethany.
Yeah.
And we stayed at this place that we rented from Vacasa, and I would like to tell everyone, don't ever rent.
What?
No, Vacasa is what it's called.
Wow.
Vaca Asa.
Check out Vacasa.
Yeah, so I would just say the house wasn't bad, but I would say that somebody like smoked in it at some point in its life, and so you could like smell it really bad when you walked in. But then I guess either your nose got used to it or whatever. But yeah, like that was it. I'm trying to think if anything exciting happened. I made a video. I don't know if anybody saw it. These dolphins were like jumping all over, coming in super close, and this one
Uncle Rico, what was his name?
Rico. Uncle Rico, like just out of like I swear to God, out of Napoleon Dynamite, same name. You know, that's what I thought of.
Was his name really Uncle Rico?
Yeah, because they were yelling at him, Uncle Rico, what are you doing? He's like,
oh, the dolphin. I want to pet a dolphin.
Yeah, I mean, it was super cool. Everybody got out of the water. The lifeguard blew the whistle. Everybody got out of the water, and we're just watching. And they were like coming in super close, and then like going out, and then coming back. And then the next thing I know, I look over and there's stupid ass Uncle Rico being the one jackass that thinks that he can go swim with the dolphins.
I'm gonna go touch one.
He probably had about 15 natural lights, you know, sucking down some loudmouth soups over there in the sand, and then decided he was going to go out. And, you know,
probably thought he was a dolphin.
Yeah, and there you're like, Uncle Rico, what are you doing? Oh, he just kept pointing. I will go out.
We were down at the beach, and twice I should have recorded this guy. His wife was way back sitting at their umbrella or whatever, and he would be in the water 50, 60 yards away with his kids constantly going, wife, wife. And he just thought it was funny that he would yell to his wife, wife.
Why?
And we hated him.
Yeah, I hate people just in general. Like, people do the worst things. I'm trying to fix this because there's one little piece of hair keeps popping out. You know, and if this is the show that the big time producers see, I don't want them to say.
I feel like this is the one.
They're
like, ooh, they got a new host.
Yeah, and for some reason you can look directly into the camera, and I'm just like a meth head over here. Just
where's your camera?
It's straight ahead.
Look at it.
I'm looking at you.
Sometimes I do that. I can't
help but look at you. Those pretty white teeth, that V-neck shirt that makes you a bad boy, microphone in front of you. I'm in. Yeah, dude, the beach can bring out like all the terrible people. So here's one, and you tell me what you would have done. I mean, we took the high road because we didn't witness it, but when we're down at Outer Banks last year, or maybe the year before, you set up your stuff in the morning because like people will come late in the evening, and the beaches aren't that big, so they fill up. So a lot of people just go out in the morning and set up a blanket, and then come back in, eat breakfast, and then go back out. Yeah. We went out and somebody had moved all our stuff.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, they touched our things.
That's fighting words.
I know. That's rude. Like, you don't do that. Sorry you weren't out there early enough. You don't get to like move people's stuff. But yeah, they moved our stuff.
Did you send them a pic of your butthole?
No. But what would that sword be called? Glamour holes?
I'm not going there.
Glamour holes?
I'm not going there. I usually don't talk like this. I'm being dirty.
No, well, I like it. It's edgy. The kids like edgy.
It's edgy, yeah. This will be the one with like somebody who's looking to hire me watches or something, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's for me. It'll be somebody that wants to sell a house. I mean,
let's see what he does. Let's see what his side gig is.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we should do a real estate podcast. I got a bunch of like great stories, but you know, the reality of being a realtor.
We're going to. I gotta hook you up with my brother.
Okay, we'll do that. But yeah, I mean, other than that, dude, it's been
I got
Low
hookers
key,
all
my
up.
dog's got to get knee surgery, and that's super stressing me
A
out.
dog?
Yeah,
Little Bo?
Bo's got to get knee
Remember
surgery.
Moby?
Yeah,
Was that your dog,
Moby's
Moby?
RIP. Yeah, Moby's gone. He
Yeah,
passed away about 10 years ago.
yeah.
But he's
He's a
still in
good
our
guy.
heart. He was a good dog. Uh, yeah, man, that's about all I got. I mean, what do you think about Twitter being X now?
Is that really what's going on?
The logo
Do
is an
people just
X.
call it X?
I don't know. I still
I
call
don't
it
know
Twitter.
how I feel. I mean, it could work. It seems weird. Why not call it
Yeah,
Twitter?
yeah. I don't know. It's called X. So like, what am I doing? I'm Xing.
I'm Xing. Yeah, we used to tweet. Now we
Now we
X.
X. Yeah.
Hmm.
But
I never
that's about.
understood Twitter anyway. Like it's just words that you post.
Well, I like it as like a news brief. Like you can read news articles,
Yeah,
like
I guess.
and all that. But I'm trying to think of. I had some story I wanted to tell you, and I had it written down on my paper right here, but I forgot.
It's the third dash.
What was the third dash? I forget. We already talked about fantasy football. We talked about our fantasy football is coming up. I'm in a fantasy football keeper league. I have to decide whether I'm going to keep Devontae Adams or
Ooh.
Joshua Jacobs.
Who's
Both
Josh
Raiders.
Jacobs? Oh, running back. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Um,
his name?
who would the yeah. Who would the number one pick be if there were no keepers? Who do you think's number one? Not Cooper Cup.
Mahomes, maybe? It's
It's not like
it's
a
always
running
a
back. There's a
running
wide
back.
receiver
It's
anymore.
always a running back or a wide receiver. If Cooper Cup's hurt, I don't know.
Hmm.
And then what? Joe Burrow suffered a mild
Right.
injury.
As
I put a
covered on
video up.
on our YouTube
Yeah.
channel.
I've got an idea, Bill.
What's that?
We scratch the CBR show. We just take sports highlights. We might need to edit this because it's such a good idea. Don't you think?
I love it.
Yeah, well, I can just change the name of the CBR show to.
No, we'll just CBR will provide center highlights. How about that?
Ooh, very good.
Yeah.
Uh, any new albums you like?
No, I've been listening to a lot of Grateful Dead because I went to a show in June. How about you?
Anything exciting happened at the Grateful Dead show?
It was great. That was my
Really?
first one. Dead and Company with John Mayer.
That's
John
it.
Mayer was
That's the end
great.
of it.
What's that?
Isn't that the end of it?
Yeah, I guess when it won't have John Mayer anymore, which I'm not going to cry about. Like he didn't sound like Jerry. Hopefully they find a Jerry sound alike and keep going.
I don't think they can. But
No,
yeah.
I
So
just watched the show the whole time. I just watched the show, stood there in awe.
yeah, were there people on lots of drugs,
Yeah, yeah.
like out of their gourds?
They were dancing around. Yeah,
So recreational marijuana is now legal in Maryland.
I
Speaking
heard
of
about that.
drugs.
You guys beat us.
Yeah, you're not legal in PA?
You know what? They're trying to do a Amsterdam, an open air drug market out there in Baltimore, just like The Wire.
Well, we already have that. It's everywhere in the city. No, I went to one of the stores. I can't participate, so I don't do drugs. I don't do drugs. But I went to one.
Okay.
It was an interesting experience. You just give them your license, they scan it, make sure I guess you're a legal resident of Maryland of age or whatever, and then you go to the next room behind the door. And there was a line, and if you were a medical marijuana person,
Right.
you were able to cut right to the front. And then while you're there, like the person comes up to you and says, "Hey, do you know what you want?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"I'm just here, to check it out." And the person I was with was like, "Yeah, I want this." And they typed it in, and then you go up there and you just give them cash or a debit card, and that was it.
Amazing. This is the way it should have been forever. Never should have been illegal.
Yeah, I know. It was just all those hardened criminals that were in there buying weed.
Yeah. It sounds like
You know?
Jersey. That's how it is. If you're medical, you shoot right through. If you're not, I don't know. Somebody told me. No.
Well, here's the question: what's the
No
point of
vaccine.
having a medical marijuana card now?
Well, in PA, that's all we got.
Yeah, but I mean, for
I
somebody
can
in
just drive to
Maryland,
Jersey.
why would you want a medical marijuana
I don't
card?
know if it unlocks higher level stuff or different products, but you definitely get through there quickly. But that's not enough for me to spend $200 some to get my medical.
No, and I think they take your guns if you have guns.
They want your guns, yeah, because I guess that's the Aaron Hernandez rule. I used to think nobody ever murdered anybody while they were high, but then Aaron Hernandez evidently was.
He was high when he killed people?
Yeah,
I don't think he was high just on weed.
smoking weed.
Smoking weed,
That's what they
killing.
say.
Didn't his brother just got arrested, I believe?
R.I.P. Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah. There was a wild podcast on Aaron Hernandez that I listened to
I bet.
a while ago. But I just saw that Johnny Manziel, I guess, has a documentary out. It looks fairly
Yeah.
interesting, and they were tweeting or Xing about he tried to commit suicide in 2016.
Yeah, that's
Apparently.
all. When I was doing research for this, which you may or may not have been doing,
Yeah, I didn't.
your
Point through.
lines, your dashes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all over every website I went to. Johnny Manziel, I wanted to kill myself, which is, hey, I'm not laughing at that. Nothing. I
No, and
feel
if
bad
you
for the guy.
are thinking about killing yourself, there is plenty. We recommend seeking treatment or help.
Seek treatment. Yeah, yeah.
Mental illness is not a joke. All right,
But I
that's
guess
really.
he's too old to come back now. I mean,
I think he's probably burned every bridge that he had. I mean, he
hmm.
said he was like getting paid millions of dollars as a college athlete, right? Like under the table.
Oh wow, Johnny
Yeah.
Football. He was like on top of the world.
Dude, he did not look like a stud quarterback,
I
right?
barely like watched him. He was short, right? I mean,
Yeah, but he could play, man. But the
yeah,
NFL is the best of the best, and I feel like guys that can scramble and kind of make things happen in college get exposed.
right.
Tim Tebow was an example. I felt like Tim was never given the chance. He never really
Remember
was just saying,
with the
"Here's
Broncos,
the
he had
key."
like seven. They were doing terrible, and he had like 7 wins in a row, and they made the playoffs. Do you remember that?
Yeah, to
And then
me,
he was on
it's
the
like,
bench
why
next
not?
year or whatever.
Yeah, why not stick with Tim Tebow? They won the play. They had the upset win in the playoffs and lost like the next round. I think they beat the Steelers.
Yeah, they were winning games.
Yeah, and then the next season, you're not sticking with him. I mean, was he just more of a game manager in the NFL than?
Let's see some of his stats. I love Football Reference, Baseball Reference. I wonder if he was better at football or baseball. All right, his completion percentage in the NFL is 47.9, which is terrible. His
Mm-hmm.
best year, let's see, he played in 14 games, was 7-4-0. Okay. Threw for 1,729 yards, 12 TDs, 6 interceptions. They were
It's not
slogging
terrible.
it, man. That was a slog. Probably nobody wanted to watch him anymore.
I just felt like give that guy a chance. Give him a chance. You don't have to be pretty to win.
It's
Sometimes
true.
you just got to be willing to play hard. Kids, write this down.
You know, we had McNabb here. He wasn't always the most accurate, but we won.
Yeah. Winning is a team effort, not just one
All
player.
right. We're coming on 48 minutes here.
Oh, past your bedtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a big meeting with the banks about Glamour Dicks. Getting
Yes.
some first round financing, some seed
I
financing.
think we should be in the malls first and then standalone.
Yeah, malls first, and then maybe we could have little Glamour Dick booths in grocery stores.
Kiosks.
Yeah, it's just you put it in a hole and then you put your money in and it snaps a bunch of pictures, like a photo booth,
Yeah.
but it's a photo hole.
We have all sorts of filters. What if we had
You can
filters
pick your
like
background. You can
would
pick
put
your
a
back.
mask on your wee wee? You know, maybe have some fun with filters.
You would be in the grocery store and there would be something about 3 feet high off the ground with a hole, and you just
Yeah.
and a little curtain.
Oh,
And you
okay.
just you put it in
Insert.
there. You pick your background off the computer screen on the top.
It
How many
only comes
pictures
like
you
here,
want?
so you're just like exposed, standing there.
Yeah. Yeah, you're talking to your neighbor. Hey, yeah. Yep, girlfriend's birthday.
Yeah, we got them all trimmed up. What if we could like put their penis into like movies and stuff too, like as an
Oh,
extra
like
package?
photos, like yeah,
Star
Last
Wars
Action Hero instead of Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's your dick.
penis. Yeah, I think we
Oh
should stop this whole penis bit.
man. So we just recorded for 45 minutes. 30 minutes of it is Glamour Dicks.
Oh,
And that's all we got a 5-minute show where you're like, hey guys, all right, thanks for watching. See you later.
yeah, glamour dicks. All right.
Glamour
I
Dicks.
think
All right,
we're
buddy. Well, until next week, maybe we'll get Shinigami back on. He was messaging me, says he wants
Yes.
to do something with
Let's
us.
get him. Let's see what he's up to. Is he working? I want to talk to this guy.
Oh, yeah, he's got to be working and fighting. Maybe we get a Shinigami Big Smile rematch.
I don't
do
know
it.
about that. All right. Well,
All right,
it was a pleasure. I shall see you later. Bye, everybody.
Until next week. Bye.